Yo, what is up, guys, and welcome to my 1000th subscribers Q&A special. So it's a special video, guys, and I'm going to be answering your question, of course. But before I get into it, please hit the thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and turn that notification bell on. And without further ado, let's get into your questions. And one of the questions I'm going to be answering later on is essentially, why do I support AEW? And if you guys want to find out, stick through the video. It's going to be the last question. Alright, so the first question is from architect at architect underscore YouTube YT. Who in your opinion will beat Kenny Omega? Gotta be for the championship he's talking about, and that's easy. And Hangman Adam Page. If Hangman Adam Page does not win the title from Kenny Omega, I don't know, I am so confident, I am super confident that Hangman Page will win the title from Kenny Omega. It makes sense. When this was asked before the Stone Cold podcast with Chris Jericho, Broken Sessions, and in that Chris Jericho said, "Oh, the 6 guys that we build the company around is Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Page." And essentially all those guys have been champions. Cody couldn't because of the stipulation. The Young Bucks are a tag team. Kenny Omega's champion right now. You had Jon Moxley. And your next guy got to be Hangman Page. And Hangman Page is a superstar. He's probably going to hopefully win with a crowd chanting cowboy shit. And, with the history between Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, it just makes sense. This question is from Destructor. He has a lot of numbers in his... it is I don't feel like saying that shit right now, but that's my boy. Good guy. And he asked me essentially non-wrestling question: what music do you like? Now, usually, alright, I'm mainly a rap and hip hop guy. I'll do, old shit like Nas and shit like that, and Biggie and shit like that. But but I also do the new shit like trap and stuff like that. But pretty much all I'll branch out if there's like a song like from the Black Eyed Peas is like a Spanish song or whatever the fuck. I don't remember the name at the top of my head, but mainly I'm a rap and hip hop guy, honestly, bro. So there you go. The next question is from Stanzi _. What's your opinion on me? But on a serious note, what's your favorite style of wrestling? Now, I wanted to answer this question because I want to give this style of wrestling, I want to balance it, because I seen this style of wrestling, it gets shitted on so much, and I love it. Like, usually I honestly prefer like the high flying action, like the Lucha Libre and shit like that. Like, you see Rey Fenix and the Young Bucks and like shit like whatever Ricochet, like, I love shit like that. I love high flying action, and people shit on it. Like, people are just like, oh, it's all flips and kicks and no psychology and shit like that, and people don't tune in for that. Bro, I don't care. I'm a wrestling fan, bro. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like that's my favorite style of wrestling. I think it's absolutely impressive, incredible what these new guys, especially these new wrestlers, what they do. It's impressive. So that's my favorite style of wrestling, and I'm tired of people shitting on it, especially when they loved Rey Mysterio, especially for that reason. So it just doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, this question is from Drew underscore Priest 05. Do you see a AEW WWE partnership in the future? And I believe this question was asked before the Chris Jericho and before Chris Jericho appeared on Peacock on Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast on WWE's shit. Do I see it? Alright, so honestly, if anything, if there's any... Alright. I don't see like a long-term partnership with them where they're doing stuff on a regular basis. Very rarely will you see anything. I think it'll be on the level of where when WWE and TNA did business. TNA... I think WWE went to TNA, or maybe it was the other way around. But I think WWE went to TNA, and they were trying to induct the Four Horsemen, and they needed Ric Flair, and they said, "Yo, can you give us Ric Flair, and we'll give you Christian for the day." Right? So that's essentially what their partnership at the time was. It wasn't really anything else, but I think it like maybe you'll see like. What the fuck, Jake the Snake Roberts or one of those guys in WWE for something, and then AEW maybe gets AJ Styles or whatever for the night, maybe something like that. But on a long term, like AEW invading WWE or WWE invading AEW, no shot, bro. Like maybe when Vince is gone and it's Triple H or some shit, maybe. But as of right now, with Vince McMahon in charge, I think the closest you're going to get is Chris Jericho on Stone Cold shit. This question is from Bone Crusher 5, favorite wrestler in AEW. I had to think about it because there's a lot of guys I love in AEW, so it's like really hard to choose. But my favorite wrestler in AEW is Hangman Page. Hangman Page is one of the most popular guys in AEW in wrestling, and I think he has it all. He has the look, he has the charisma, he has the character, he has the gimmick, he has the wrestling. He's great. I love him. I'm so high on him, bro. Like Hangman Adam Page is good, and he's gonna make a great AEW champion. I love Cowboy Chanel. Like, bro, like that shit was amazing, bro. I love it. Next question is from WrestleJake. Thoughts on gimmick pay-per-views such as Hell in a Cell and Money in the Bank? Should they be scrapped? Now, honestly, in terms of wrestling gimmicks, like pay-per-views, I think in pay-per-views in general, they should be cut down. WWE has way too many pay-per-views. They have like I swear to you guys, WWE has more pay-per-views than there are months. I swear WWE has more than 12 pay-per-views. If they could cut them down, I would definitely keep Money in the Bank. That is my one of my favorite gimmick pay-per-views outside of the Big Four. That is my favorite pay-per-view outside the Big Four. I love Money in the Bank. If you move Money in the Bank to like WrestleMania again, where it's not really a pay-per-view, but it's just a match, whatever. But I mean, like somebody should, like, all right. So look, like WWE's been really good recently with pay-per-views, so whatever. But like some of them just be a waste of time. But so. Like, some of them are just a waste of time. So, honestly, I'd probably, like, scrap most of them. Except Money in the Bank, honestly. That's my favorite. I'd keep Money in the Bank for sure. This one is from my boy Hybrid, at the Hybrid Enigma, I believe. It got cut off. Long ass at my bad, bro. What are your thoughts on Andrade's release from WWE? I don't even remember when the fuck he got released, but I guess it was fairly fresh at the time. But Andrade, I think that he was unhappy, and like, this is a guy that he says fuck the money, because I think he said he was making millions of dollars. He has Charlotte Flair, so he's pretty much in a protected spot where even if he's not employed tomorrow, he's with Charlotte Flair, probably the highest paid woman on the roster besides Ronda Rousey. And so he's in a protected spot, even if he doesn't get hired tomorrow. This is a guy that values his job, his work over money, and I respect the shit out of him. He's speaking the truth about WWE and not sugarcoating bullshit. He's saying that, there are other people who they don't have the balls to leave the company. They say they don't like it, but they don't have the balls to leave. And Andrade did, and I respect that. And honestly, I'd love to see him in AEW, to be honest. I think he's one of the guys that, it's not just anyone. I think he's a great talent, honestly. And if him and Thea Trinidad, aka Zelina Vega, they go to AEW, I think that would be great, honestly. That'd be fine. I'd love to see him in AEW. And I was happy for his release, honestly, because, he wasn't doing anything. So, there you go. What is your honest opinion on the Wednesday Night War? So this was by Cryantic Lucas, my boy, good guy. So what are my honest opinions on the Wednesday Night War? So, in short, I wish there wasn't, honestly. Me and others, we didn't want to choose. We didn't want to choose between AEW and NXT. We wanted to watch both. But for me, and this is going to lead into another question, like 2 or 3 questions from now, why about AEW, but for me, I didn't want to choose. But Vince McMahon and them, they said, you know what, you got to choose AEW, NXT, which one you watching live first? Because you can't, if you say you watch both first, you're lying to yourself. There's no way you're watching both and actually consuming both. Bro, I can't even watch one without getting distracted, bro. How are you watching 2 and not, and you're actually focusing on them, bro? So that's that. I chose AEW. I wish it wasn't that way, but it was. And now NXT moved to Tuesdays. That's a great thing for the wrestling industry. They're both going to do better. AEW did way better. AEW got 1.2 million viewers overall. They did 1.3 million at one point throughout the night. But I think there's a lot of hypocrisy on the Wednesday Night Wars. People say they don't care about ratings, but when NXT won, they cared about the ratings and they were laughing and shit. So there's a lot of hypocrisy there. But I was getting tired of it. It was funny trolling and shit, but it was getting exhausting, and I'm so glad that it's over, though. Even the hardcore AEW fans, we're so happy this shit's over. We didn't want this shit to continue. We're happy, bro, that this shit was over. Second to last question from Isaiah, what the fuck? Isael Diaz. The ad got cut off. Do you want John Cena to break Ric Flair's 16-time title reign record? So I'm answering this question obviously as someone with a John Cena profile picture, one of my all-time favorite wrestler in WWE. Do I want to see him break Ric Flair's record? I would have loved to see him break it, but at this point in time, he's like a full time actor in the movie industry, and he has essentially no time for WWE. I mean, like when he won the title briefly, when he beat AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble, like he 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 didn't hog the title for so long. I think he lost it at the next pay per view and shit. But I don't want to see him like win the title just to lose it right then and there. I would have loved to see him break it. I wouldn't have been opposed to him breaking it. I mean, it's John Cena. Like, you can't be opposed to it. Like, it's not like it's Alistair, like, not Alistair, but whatever. It's not like it's Otis or fucking Baron Corbin. Like, it's John Cena, bro. Like, he's a superstar in his own right. And he could definitely break it. I would have loved to see it, but at this point in time, I don't see him breaking it, and I don't think it would be the right move, probably, to be honest. Alright, here we go. This question is from my boy Ciro Miero. Yeah, I don't know. The ad again, it got fucking cut off. Why do you actually believe AEW is the best thing ever? I'm kind of interested. Now, one day I put out a tweet that with a picture of AEW, the best things, the greatest thing since sliced bread. Now, I don't think that AEW is perfect. Nothing is perfect. Nothing in life is perfect. There are flaws, right? It has its flaws. AEW has its flaws. At one point, it was the women's division. The women's division is getting better. But at the end of the day, I grew up on WWE. I consumed WWE on a regular basis. I did not know about any other promotion. Most of my viewers, like myself, we grew up on either the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression Era. Two of the best eras of WWE. This shit was fun. Some of the matches were cool and shit, and WWE was fun. Essentially, that's what it came down to. It was fun. You had Stone Cold flipping people off. You had John Cena rapping. You had The Rock doing his shtick. You had DX. You had a lot of great shit. And then WWE started to move away, and I don't necessarily know for sure if it was because of the travesty with Chris Benoit, where he killed his wife and family, or or they were just heading that way anyways. But WWE, they folded to their stockbrokers, and they changed their product to a PG product, and they honestly, in my opinion, they turned their back to the fans, and they didn't give a shit. And it's like, we cater to stockholders now, even though they started in like 2000, but the product was still fun, obviously, around this time. Now it's like 2008, 2009, and they're starting to cater towards kids. AEW, I think, reminds everyone of these two eras, these two great eras. Now, my thing is, my whole shtick is I'm the real one. I keep it real. I keep it honest. I'm honest. And in all honesty, AEW right now is better than WWE. I'm sorry, like my viewers are WWE fans or shit like that too, but from what I've seen, AEW is better than WWE right now. After a Monday Night Raw, I can count on AEW Dynamite to fucking keep me satisfied, bro. Without AEW, I'd probably hate wrestling, honestly. AEW is the next big thing in North American wrestling. Obviously, you have New Japan Pro Wrestling, but that's outside of the United States. And people don't usually stay up until 4 o'clock in the morning to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, and it's not even on TV, though. New Japan Pro, like, I'd love to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, but, and I know that you're like another fan of you're definitely a fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling, but it's not on TV. So, I can't even record it. And like, and I would definitely record, like, I hope that they get a TV deal with not Pop, Jesus Christ, Access TV. But they're not on TV. So I can't, like, I would have to stay up to 4 or whatever. Point is, AEW is the second biggest wrestling promotion in North America. And it is so much fun watching AEW Dynamite. You know, like, the matches are great. They're great entertainment. It's not childish. I don't feel like a fucking bro. Sarah, I am in my 20s. I am in my 20s, bro. I am in my mid 20s. And why am I, like, why would I just imagine me just sticking with WWE? Like, I need some entertainment for myself, honestly. I know sometimes, like, I just hate watching a WWE product, so it's like I need to be positive about something, and that positive for me is AEW. And now it's not perfect, but you know, it's a fun promotion. You know, the vibes there, the backstage vibes. It seems like it's a fun promotion. It's not a corporation. It like, someone was saying that WWE felt like it didn't feel like a family. It felt like a business. And I don't think that, like, maybe I could put out a tweet and ask AEW wrestlers, and I think that they'd say that AEW feels like a family. And I think that they'd say AEW is fun. AEW is fun to work there. So there are many factors as to why. So, but essentially, I'm just keeping it real. AEW is one of the best products out there. It's no coincidence that they won Promotion of the Year, Show of the Year on Dynamite. Tony Khan won Promoter of the Year, Owner of the Year, whatever. I don't, like, AEW and New, like, these are the two top shows, and outside of the not, like, you could include WWE, but WWE is just not doing it anymore, and AEW is absolutely just killing it. They're killing it, man. And I know you're a fan. You watch the show, and you know, you're gonna give your criticism and shit like that, but at the end of the day, like, you're asking me why AEW is just it's just, I'm grateful for AEW, honestly, man. I think everyone should be grateful for AEW, because without AEW, they'd mainly be stuck with WWE. I mean, no one's watching Impact and shit like that. And so, you know, like, I gotta be grateful for, not even that I'm just grateful, but, like, I genuinely enjoy the product. Like, I'm just like, oh, it's not WWE, so this is automatically good. Like, I genuinely enjoy the product. Genuinely. Like, I know it's hard to believe, whatever, but I know, and you probably feel the same way about New Japan Pro Wrestling, bro, but I genuinely enjoy the product, honestly. I'm not even gonna, I'm like, I love AEW, man. I made a fucking video about this, but I genuinely love AEW, man. You know, I watch with a family member on a weekly basis. And you know, we still watch WWE, unfortunately, but You know, we were watching WWE throughout the years, and now we essentially don't like WWE, and we enjoy AEW. And it's just, I'm sorry, but you know, I genuinely enjoy the product, and I want to see it grow. I want to see it thrive. I supported AEW during the Wednesday Night Wars, because WWE was going to be fine no matter what. AEW was the brand new company, and AEW was the brand new company. It needed support, and I didn't like the way that NXT, you know, Vince McMahon put NXT on USA for the 2 hours when it wasn't, but because of AEW, they did. I didn't like that shit, and they wanted us to choose, so I chose AEW. AEW needed the support. I want to see them grow and thrive, and they came out, and you know, here we are. Tuesday nights, NXT's on Tuesday nights now. AEW's on its own night. They're thriving. They're doing better, and I genuinely enjoy the product, bro. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not lying, bro. Like, I genuinely enjoy the product, and there are people out there that genuinely enjoy the product. I'm not lying. Like, I love it. I love what they're, you know, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. I love these guys. These guys are great. Phoenix, and I know you love Phoenix. Pentagon. You know, Death Triangle. Death Triangle's good, right? Will Hobbs got a future. Hangman Page is one of the biggest stars of the company, and he's a big star. Cody Rhodes, I mean, he's overhated, but you can't hate Cody Rhodes. You know, Jon Moxley, you know Jon Moxley. Lance Archer might win the TNT title. I love Darby Allin. Sting's there. You know, Christian Cage is there now. Like, I generally enjoy the product. Blood and Guts is coming up May 5th. Like, I'm genuinely excited. Like, I just love to see this product do well, honestly. Genuinely. So, that's going to be, it's a long ass video, but I mean, I just had to get my you know, sentiment out there, but hope you guys enjoy what we saw in this video. Please leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, turn that notification bell on, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Later.